My name is Ben Fuller. I retired from the Air Force in 1977 as a full colonel. I've been flying the F-105 for quite a while. Primary mission, of course, in Europe was tactical nuclear delivery of an atomic weapon against the Soviet bloc nations. I spent a little over, I guess, 2.5 years of that tour when all of a sudden the war in North Vietnam got hotter, and they started pulling all of the F-105s out of Europe and sending them over to bases in Thailand. I was leading a flight. It was carbine flight. I was carbine 1. Carbine 2, another Weasel pilot, Joe Ritter, and his backseater John Magookin. Number 3 was Leo Thorsness and Harry Johnson. Carbine 4 was Lieutenant Bob Abbott. We were approximately 30 miles or so as routine for the Weasel flight to be out front of the strike force, and there were 12 other F-105s behind us. Off to my right, Leo Thorsness and number 3 was just almost a beam me off to the right side. I caught his plane exploding, and it was almost totally engulfed in fire. And my, of course, reaction is get out, get out. I'm screaming, you know, like, duh, you know. I'm sure he knows that he's got a problem. And he did call, Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. This is Carbine 3. And he immediately ejected. We saw parachutes from both people. And Leo, bless his soul, he was my mentor over there for their beepers. So right after those transmissions, I'm calling a channel change, and I can't raise number 4. And then number 2 comes back and advises me that he thinks that he saw number 4 hit also, just within seconds of Leo. We're talking in the aircraft between us. What did this? Nobody had said anything about MiGs. We knew it could have been anti-aircraft fire, but we weren't over places that would have a lot of anti-aircraft. So we didn't know what had hit them at this time. So all of a sudden in the middle of this, Tomahawk, who was flying top cover up there and relaying messages, he gets hit. Tomahawk 4 is shot down by another MiG. And number 3 is hit by either his explosion or a separate missile. They don't know which. But Tomahawk 3, Al Linsky, he managed to keep his plane together and make it back to emergency landing at Udorn Air Force Base in Thailand. Captain Joe Abbott was the Tomahawk 4, who was also shot down. And nothing is going the way we want it to go at this point in time. We've got, you know, another guy on the ground and a lot of MiGs in the area, and things are beginning to look pretty grim. But then the next thing we know is the lead chopper is aborting. He's had hydraulic problems. So chopper number 2 aborts with him, as is their procedure according to their protocols. So now Crown says we're just going to have to call everything off and come back tomorrow. And so we all gathered up and went home. And the last thing I remember from the ground was Leo on the radio, survival radio, saying, "Get me out of here." And so all the way home, I had a lot of tears, and that was a 4-hour and 15-minute mission that accomplished nothing. And that was the worst mission of my 100. And I'm glad I didn't have to repeat it again.
See the entire award-winning film now streaming on multiple platforms like Amazon and Tubi TV. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and comment below so as not to miss new upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.